Yo, what's up, guys? You got pokeaim here. Now, a couple weeks back, I tweeted, reply to this with your brilliant diamond and shining pearl hot takes because we had just gotten the reveal of the remakes of Pokemon, or the remastered version, I don't know how you want to say it, of Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl. So I want to know everybody's thoughts. I know there was like mixed thoughts around it. So in this video, we'll be going through this tweet, the replies, and if you guys want to be in another one of these type of videos where I talk about other people's opinions and give mine as well, just follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/JoeyPokeaim. And before we get into this, I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for all the support in the G Fuel March Madness. I made it to round 3, baby. I made it to round 3, and I could not have done it without you guys. Seriously, let me take a sip of it right now, but I could not have done it without you guys. It's incredible. That means MV Week is happening. That means Megas to High Ladder Season 2 with Blunder is happening as well. So throat's a little bit needs to be cleared there, but thank you guys. Now the next round, I do have code AIM still 30% off. G Fuel's a caffeinated energy drink, so if you do want to actually support still and use code AIM, it's 30% off. But it's a caffeinated energy drink, 18 plus. Be aware of what you're drinking. Hydration line though has 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 caffeine, and I like that personally a lot. But next round is based on creativity. I have to like create a product or something for G Fuel, and I already know what I'm gonna make, and I'll do like a little fake commercial or skit, or I have no idea. I mean, what it's gonna be called, but I know what I'm gonna make already. So it should be a lot of fun. And yeah, let's get into this. So my buddy Edgar says, I don't know, some of y'all might have seen the name The Black Stars in a long time, but Edgar is an OG YouTuber as well, uploaded Ubers. Sword and Shield looks like Garbo. I like that it is chibi style personally. People act like Pokemon is about the graphics. We know that this hasn't been true since the first game. Pokemon is always eons behind what other games do with the console graphics. Now, I don't disagree with this. I do agree that Pokemon is always way behind other games, and I also agree to an extent that Pokemon isn't about the graphics. I think that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee looked way better than Sword and Shield, and but I also feel like Pokemon should have never left like the 2D way of doing this, or the sprites. Damn, man, my throat is like freaking needs to be cleared. This weather been great though, yo. It was like 65 the other day. But in terms of the chibi style, I did not like it at first. I definitely didn't like it at first, but it started to grow on me, especially because I know that I like the way Link's Awakening looked, the remake of it. So it has started to grow on me, and I agree. Pokemon isn't really ever about the graphics, the story, not even the story too. For a lot of people, it's about what you can do after. For the people that like to shiny hunt, the people that like to breed Pokemon just to collect them, the people that like to battle, obviously as well. Shoot, I mean, there's all different versions of Pokemon. Yeah, like TCG as well, where you guys have the prettiest art of all time, I think, of any trading card game, in my opinion. And they're not essays like Yu-Gi-Oh is. But yeah, I agree with this take in an extent, and I am starting to like the chibi style. However, I would still like, the way it looked in the original better. But obviously, this is like it's a 1-to-1 in terms of how it is. So they chibied up what it will look like. But would I have liked it if it was in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee style? Yeah, for sure. People are just mad at the remake because people rather have 2 FPS shit engine like Gen 8 than something more stable and retro. Why is this? I'm gonna stop clicking on images for these videos, but I don't know. I think it's fair. Like, it came as a shock, right? It's different, especially based on the past few generations. What we saw, what they could do, and I mean, it's on the Switch, which is a new console. So for Pokemon, it's their second game, third game on it. Excuse me. If you go behind, or not third game, because there's obviously going to be other Pokemon games coming out this year as well. But I understand like the shock at least behind it. I mentioned it earlier. So let's see what else we got. Watching people complain was more entertaining than watching the trailer. If that is not facts, if that is not fact, Nick, another OG, leave a like. Can you go back to my tweet? It's true though. But the trailer did give us some nostalgia though. When it was going through all the years and stuff, I shed a tear. There will be the worst selling games in the history of the franchise in terms of number of copies, main series only. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I truly think that this is gonna, obviously, I mean, Pokemon isn't for us. It's gonna appeal to the to kids as well. I mean, it's Pokemon's for everyone. But I mean, the thing is, I played Pokemon Diamond and Pearl I actually started this channel around Diamond and Pearl, right, in 2010. Platinum rather. That was closer to Platinum, like a year after Platinum. But around the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. And, you know, it was what really got me to do YouTube on Pokemon on YouTube, right? Like those. And Diamond and Pearl was that too. So I feel like this is just that new wave for the new generation. Now it's been 11 years since then. And now some of us have kids. I don't. I got a puppy. I don't got a kid. But some of us have kids. And this is just such a great little interaction for them. And I feel like a lot of people, more than people want to admit, enjoyed Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I am definitely one of them. And I know a lot of people. I think this is going to be hype for Pokemon. I think it really is. And personally, I loved 4th generation. At least the competitive aspect of it. I think it was fantastic. I actually felt compelled to also complete the Pokedex in the game itself. I still have my original Diamond over there. And all my Pokemon are in my Pokemon Ranch or my Wii. And I'll never ever be able to get them out again. Because my sister changed my thing on my Diamond. It's still my original Diamond though. But my name is Aiden now instead of Joey. But I don't think so. I don't think they'll be that bad selling it. It's Pokemon at the end of the day. And everybody's going to be hyped about it. You know, a bunch of Poketubers about to come out of the woodwork. Wish they used lighting from the Link's Awakening remakes. Damn it, BDSP. You always read that wrong. Looks kind of flat when you compare it. I agree. I think if they did something better with the lighting and the shadows, like, I mean, look at Link's Awakening. This legitimately comes out at you. It looked beautiful. That's why, like, I started to kind of like it more and more because I was looking more at this. But game footage is not final, as always, but it definitely looks flat, even though it's supposed to be a chibi version of it. If I for sure see what Sleepy is saying. So if they can fix up their shadows, if they can fix up the lighting, I think it'd make it a lot better, for sure. Get some Elgatos up in there. I'm gonna click on this, Guardy, and if I regret this, I'm gonna be mad, because this dude is yelling. If I regret this, I'm gonna listen to this first before I put this for you guys. He said, there is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no mice. Oh, that's great. VG players are going to be stuck in Sword and Shield for a while longer. Despite the games being remakes, unlike the other remakes, they are being made by a third party. It's not likely they will be the next game competitive players will use because of Dex limit. In a way, they are sort of a spin-off. Do you think they'll give us anything new for Sword and Shield VGC, or just let the meta develop until the game dies? Hoping for the former, but expecting the latter. Damn. They really just hit us. So that's something as well that I've been thinking about as well. It was developed by a third party, and if you guys remember Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, that had its own metagame, right? It wasn't compatible. Like, I mean, I couldn't battle that. It was on the Nintendo Switch, right, for the first time. We had just came from using our Nintendo 3DSs, so I wasn't able to battle with them. And I mean, you could send Pokemon to Pokemon Home or from Pokemon Go and whatever, but that was basically the limit of it. So people are saying that Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are going to be kind of similar in a sense, that they're going to be their own region. And honestly, I think it'd be cool to have a niche metagame on the side, but I mean, another year of Sword and Shield is just I think this is one of the current metagame is good. I like OU. I like all the lower tiers as well. I'm starting to get used to the power creep as well as we go through it, but a lot of people did not like Sword and Shield, and I know a lot of people have been turned off from competitive this generation. And from a competitive aspect, this is talking about VGC, so I'm talking about from a competitive aspect. Did I say ass point? Aspect. From a competitive aspect. Oh man, I need some sleep. But and I'm talking from 66 singles versus obviously VGC, which is doubles. But this is something like, what do you think about this, guys? Do you think that the Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, because they said it'd be like a 1-to-1 remake, is it just going to be 4th generation and down in terms of the metagame, in terms of what the Pokemon in the game? I loved Gen 4. I loved Gen 4 competitive. It was my favorite, like, during the time. It was my favorite. Gen 5 also comes slightly after, during its time, right? Gen 4 was very fun during its time. Gen 5 was very fun during its time. I don't like Gen 5 right now, competitive, that they play. Not a huge fan of that. But, yeah, it is... Sorry, I'm just going to give my dog some treats because she's, like, walking around. But it was such a good metagame during its time, and the reason I stopped playing it was because everybody else stopped, because Gen 5 came out, right? That was it. It was the new toy. We're going to play with a new toy. So, being able to relive that, I think, would be really cool with updated graphics, but I don't really care about the updated graphics. I think the updated mechanics are a really cool thing, because there's some speculation that megas are coming back as well, especially because they're renewing some like mega toys like Mega Charizard, Mega Lucario, and things like that. So it's interesting to see how a Gen 4 would be with Megas, and even a Gen 4 Megas plus Team Preview. Because if you guys don't know about Megas, Megas are like the ultimate in power creep, right? They're the ultimate power creep. They are, you have Pokemon like Mega Metachan with what, 600 something attack or something like that? Yeah, over 600 attack with its ability. Like, Megas are insane. And Gen 4 was the last generation we had where there wasn't like this insane power creep. Like, the best Pokemon in the generation are Infernape, right? Heatran, Jirachi. Jirachi's Gen 3, but it's one of the best mons in the format. And then you have like Tyranitar, Pursuit and stuff. So imagine a DPP metagame. I think Pursuit might be back. Shoot, they better, if they're gonna do 1-to-1 it, I better see some Acid Rain when I click Pursuit in the rain. But just updated abilities, updated quality of life functions. It not taking me 10 years to save the game, saving a lot of data forever. Like, things like that are things I look forward to, and I'm excited to try out. But if it is just, like I said, a side niche metagame, it does kind of suck for those that are going to be staying in only Sword and Shield. And I know a lot of people, like Wolfie Glick, for example, is burnt out of Season 8 or whatever it is for VGC 2. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hopeful, at least if I can Wi-Fi battle, I'll be happy about that. Pokemon good. Thank you, Supra. They should have been straight up Let's Go games with a more mainline spin on them, battling wilds, EVs, and such, but a large focus on overworld encounters, following Pokemon, catching Let's Go is easily one of the best capture experiences of Pokemon, so make it more competitive. I agree completely. A lot of people hated Let's Go, and I always say this whenever I mention Let's Go, but Let's Go is my, Let's Go is like my, it's a top 3 in playing experience for me, because I've never felt the need or want to catch every single Pokemon while I'm playing before I play Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like I said, Diamond and Pearl is in my top 3 as well, and I know how bad it was, but it's like my childhood right there. Platinum up there too, but obviously, you know, you have Black and White too, you got Heart Gold, Soul Silver. At this point, I've already named more than 3, but in terms of playing experience, it's up there because it was just so fun, so interactive. I love seeing the Pokemon in the overworld, but again, doing it like that, but give us EVs, give us actual battling wild Pokemon instead of just catching, and that way I don't have to battle every single trainer, every single step. Even like, I got the wifey to play, and she was like, man, catching these guys is so fun, but why are these people always battling me? Which is, it's just so funny. But yeah, if it's truly a spiritual remake, then the HP bar for Blissey better take 3 hours to go down from 0 to 4. If that ain't facts, too. It better. I need to be able to make breakfast, eat breakfast, go for a jog, come back, take a shower, pet my dog, go for another jog with my dog, come back, make lunch, pick up the wifey from work, get back, chill, watch some TV, cry about WandaVision being done, make dinner, eat dinner, go and stream, and Blissey better not, its HP better not be down until I'm done with all that. Congrats. The faithful reimagining of the game is more refreshing than trying to make it Diamond and Pearl but Gen 8. Yeah, I can see it. A lot of people have problems with Gen 8, and I could definitely see it. Like, nice reimagining of the game, but again, the quality of life aspects. Because also, if you play competitive in Diamond and Pearl, I feel for all the VGC players and even breeding back then too. I'm very happy that I don't condone it now, but I don't. I had like 10 action replays back then, but I was very happy that the action replay let me get my competitive mon so I could play Wi-Fi battles with people. Because in Diamond and Pearl, okay, Platinum was when a lot of us started using action replays more, or Game Sharks or whatever we use, Ace cards, R4s, whatever it is. During Diamond and Pearl, it was such a pain. Shout out to PK Sparks. I remember him having a Lucario that had 252 HP as its stat. Lucario, I believe, should always be 271. I remember looking at his Pokemon being imperfect because the IVs still winning competitive, but like his IVs and the HP and stuff were so annoying. I'm so glad we have like quality of life stuff for that. Thank you. No more Sylveon. I love Sylveon. Wait. Well, yeah, we don't know. Again, we don't know. We have no idea, but I understand why they say that. We don't know if they're going to bring fairy types, and they definitely will. I mean, actually, no. They will have fairy type, at least the mons are in there. It doesn't. If Let's Go did it, doesn't make sense that they would take it out. Like they're not gonna make. Let's say Clefable's in the game. They're not gonna make Clefable go back to being a normal type. Though honestly, a generation where Clefable is not. No, that doesn't even make sense because current Gen 4 Clef is extremely used and it's a normal type. That's crazy. The logos look like they were made by a 10th grader with 35 minutes of Photoshop experience. Wait, what? Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Oh. Okay. Okay, hold up. Pokemon Diamond logo. Yeah, you got the OG. Okay. Come on, man. They're trying their best. Yo, I didn't even realize like how it looked. Like I didn't care because like the logo of Pokemon doesn't really matter to me. Though I like the um I always love the way they look when they're like in Japanese. I think they look incredible, but I don't disagree with you. Why are we still reusing the same models from Sun and Moon? Damn, I almost said Sun and Shield. Those animators living like kings right now. I mean, they make assets. They're reusable assets, so they make them to be reused. I think the Pokemon look fine. The one thing that most people complain about is like, why is my Wailord smaller than my Clamperl type of thing? So, yeah. It's going to be the same system. Legends might be the game we're really waiting for. I mean, I think Legends is just going to be the beginning of what we really want. Because Legends looks fun for me, but the fact that it's single player is not, that's not something I want out of a Pokemon game, you know? One of my favorite experience for Pokemon game is being able to battle with my friends after, being able to, even like little modes in it too. We don't know, maybe Legends will have something like that too, but like, you know, the Battle Frontier and things like that, Battle Tower, all that stuff. I like being able to do things like that after as well. Obviously in this one, I'm assuming I just catch every battle, every Pokemon, whatever, but I think that this is going to be good for the beginning, but in the future I hope that we could have a game like Pokemon Legends, but multiplayer and also a competitive, because there's no competitive for this game, which is something that, you know, touches me and a lot of other my subs in the same way. Not a hot take, but just to inform the majority, the chibi art style exists, so the characters in BDSV will fit in the world they're in, because having 3D character models, Sword and Shield models will break the immersion. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a 1v1 of what it is, so it makes sense. They should make the health guards go down to the speed in the originals to improve the faithfulness. Yep. Game looks like a mobile game instead of playing Sinnoh in HD on Switch. Yeah, I mean, at first, like I said, at first I felt similar to that, but I mean, in battles it looked fine. Like I said, the battles looked fine. It looked fine. The chibi style, like I said, is starting to grow on me. They just need to upgrade a few things. I'm faithful though. Like this is like the team that made like Nier and all the other like some great games. So I'm glad they have their, not that they haven't had a big break, but I'm glad they have their really big break and they're having a chance to do it with this. And I'm really hopeful too because they're a smaller team, and I say that in quotations, because they're a smaller team, that if the community and us actually have some complaints like bring back timer, fix the battle timer, especially because Diamond and Pearl had the best of all time, no timer. And I'm not talking about for competitive laddering like Battle Spot or Battle Stadium. I'm talking about for peer-to-peer, friend-to-friend, online. This was the original games that let us fight each other. Make it so I can play my friends. I think people should be able to give fair criticism. It's okay to like something, but it's also fair to dislike something because it's going in the wrong direction. If we ask for pie and get mud pie, I'm tired of hearing where you ask for pie. Well, I mean, yeah, but this is... I mean, that's just general... Yes. Yes, Gabe. Going from the Galaridex to Sinnoh feels like a meltdown, but at least Dynamax is gone. I hope so. I really hope so. I really, 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 really hope so. Macro says, Piplup doesn't look as cute in 3D. 3D Piplup. Oh God, what is this? Oh God, I mean in these images it doesn't. This one look cute. This one look hella cute. 2D Piplup. This is my favorite Piplup. Yeah, yeah, these are my favorite Piplups. Legit. And I know you're talking about in the game too, in the little model. Man, I'm so excited about the way these games. I like how the Diamond Pearl remakes look more like Sword and Shield. I like how the Diamond Pearl remakes look. More than Sword and Shield. I had to stop myself there. The fact that people are hating on a new art style that is faithful to the original but not batting an eye on the exact same models being used for Pokemon for another set of games. The 3D models need to be updated. I'm so tired of seeing these X and Y era models. Back on the 3DS, they really couldn't evolve the 3D art style they had in X and Y, so they didn't change it, which was dual choice in terms of characteristic models. Although they broke the mold on Pokemon Sword and Shield, the games are mainly ugly, but character models are good. Again, I I feel like that's not something to expect from another team. I do think that this is fair criticism for Game Freak themselves when they work on the next game, or Gen 9, assuming there is a Gen 9, or if they got rid of the whole generations as a whole, right? Like the Pokemon Legends could be the start of like the revamp of Pokemon itself, right? So maybe no actual Gen 9 or anything, but this is just the way they do it. I think that's fair. I know that, like I said before, they are reusable models. But I mean, I wouldn't be complaining if they did things like, or if they animated the models a little bit more. I think the Pokemon themselves look fine. Like I said, go closer to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and then make the Pokemon actually do things. Like, for example, Zigzagoon, when it got knocked out in Pokemon Coliseum, and it came back and it was literally zigging and zagging to come back after it got attacked. Like if you attacked into it, it would fall back and then it zigzagged back. I like the little things like that to make the Pokemon look charming. The art is actually cute. Yeah, I'm fine with it now. I can't wait for Diamond Pro, the remake, the movie. They talking about my video, y'all. You already know I'll be doing that. You already know I'll be doing that on both. Hopefully my Switch, as long as the Wi-Fi battling is good. They're going to kill the competitive scene. Hey, bro, they're going to kill the competitive scene. They already did it with Sword and Shield. All right? Literally. They already, I'm assuming... I'm assuming you're talking more so about 6v6 than anything. Unless you're talking about more so Pokemon Legends where there's nothing there. And again, that's a different game entirely. Going back to what Moxie said, I do feel like it'll be another year of Sword and Shield. I didn't like the chibi art style. I would rather play Legends Arceus game with Pokemon walking around at 3 FPS. Yo, that Chingling was so funny. Did you guys see? I can't believe they put that in the trailer. That had to be bait. It had to be. I think they slowed it down on purpose. I think they slowed it down on purpose to do that. It had to be bait. They just wanted more people talking about the game. It had to be. Holy crap. But please fix that. Kind of don't like Pokemon anymore. I just watch your videos of it because I like you. Well, thank you, Fran. I appreciate you liking me. It makes me sad that you don't like what I like, Pokemon. But I'm glad you like me. Thank you. If I ever stop doing YouTube because I can't anymore, it's cool to know that there are at least people who liked me for me. I'm excited. Me too, Hikari. I've seen one YouTuber about the game so far, but I appreciate the faithfulness to the original style of the game. Obviously, it's not what everyone wants or expected it, but I'm happy we are getting them, and gameplay is more important. So hopefully, Wi-Fi is good. Agreed. Agree completely. Again, back to what Edgar said in the beginning. We can ask for better graphics, and I think it's completely fair to ask for better graphics in a respectful way, I might add. But it's because this is the biggest like gaming franchise, multimedia franchise in the world, right? It's Pokemon. But if I can play the game for hours after I've beaten the game, I'm talking about tens of thousands of hours after I've beaten the game, aka I can Wi-Fi and it's good. Meta's fine too, which isn't necessarily determined on them, but it's determined on a number of factors. And like I mean, like for example, one of the things I'm most excited about is the something about the battle tower where you can play with friends, right? Like if they remain faithful to that, and I can play with friends online, that's freaking content. That's like imagine me just picking up a random viewer from stream and just playing with them for like 10 battles, 20 battles. That's great. That's awesome. Or what was it called? Swallow, where you have to throw the little poffins and swallow mini games like that. I'm excited. And they did show the old Wi-Fi union room, so we'll see. Fire types are overrated anyway. So Pokemon Diamond and Pearl is known. I was gonna say infamous. I guess infamous is the word. It's infamous for having no fire types in the damn game. Now, if you don't pick Infernape as your starter, you're basically screwed when it comes to fire types. I think you can get like a Ponyta at some point. I think there's 4. How many fire types are in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl? What type of fire types are in Sinnoh? Chimchar, Fernaline, Ponyta, Rapidash, Magcargo, Camerupt, Flareon, Evolve from Eevee, McCargo, Camerupt, Torkoal. Flareon, you have to evolve from Eevee. Houndoom, you get it in Pearl. Vulpix, you have to have Leaf Green in slot. I forgot we had to do that stuff back in the day. We had to have the slot in. Growlithe, Fire Red in slot. Magby, Leaf Green in slot. And Heatran. Damn. Yeah, I mean, there's only a handful. There's only a handful of fire types in the game. Chimchar line and Ponyta line. In fact, the 2 new fire types designed Magmortar Heatran aren't even options until post game. Now I see, but you know, 3 fire types, Torchic line, normal car, and you're right. Yeah, I guess there are more than they have in Gen 3 anyway. Dialga and Palkia were shown some potential primals would be cool. Also bring back timer, battle tower. Sorry, I'm my timer is on my brain when it comes to this. Human and Darkrai events in game potentially. Battle Frontier over Battle Tower. Yes, Battle Frontier. Yes, obviously everything. So that's a cool thing too. One of the things in I remember, I think, was this one of the first times we saw Cynthia in the game? It might be. I'm actually going to be playing through. I'll probably play through the game on stream just because I know it's not the greatest experience to play through that game again. It honestly isn't. I'll even admit it myself. The game is very slow, even if you're playing through Platinum. But I enjoyed it a lot as a kid, and I didn't care about it as a kid. And while nostalgia is doing that, like I said, the main reason that I'm playing these is because of what I can do after. And though, I mean, going back to X2 Hearts' comment, like, had it been a Let's Go experience, oh my god, it'd be great. But there was a statue that had Dialga and Palkia fused, so maybe either Primal Dialga, Primal Palkia. I think Primal Dialga was in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon as well. But even like a fusion of them just being, that'd be cool if that statue came to life or something like that. I don't know, doing like little mixing things. I agree that the Pokemon game should have events, Shaman and Darkrai events in the game. Yep, I agree. Cress, Arceus as well. All of it should be in an event. Regigigas, it's not like I can go to Toys R Us like I did back in, what is it, 2010, 11? I think it might have been 2010 or 11 with my Pokemon Platinum version and get Regigigas from Toys R Us. So, and I'm definitely not doing that now. That's not fun. And also, don't let me download it. If you're gonna make me download it, then make it like you gotta make it like make it an event after. Make me actually be able to play. It's not fun to just receive a Pokemon, right? It doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel, there's no experience behind that. So you can come in here, Puka, if you want. It's just like, that's not what we want. Mega Garchomp with Scale Shot. Yep. Just that's assuming we saw like a trailer. There was like a fake trailer going around, or someone was like fan made trailer. Rather, not fake. It was real. They made it, but it was a fan made trailer, and it was like Cynthia's Garchomp evolving into Mega Garchomp, and I thought it looked cool. It looked cool. Like the idea behind the trailer looked cool. Again, personally, I would like. Sorry if you hear music right now. It's like 15 hours of Coming Dog music on Google, because I got it when I got my Verizon internet for free. So I just play that for Puka when I'm recording. Doesn't always calm her down. But yeah, but like the ability to maybe have megas would be pretty cool, I think. Also, I myself am not a massive fan of the chibi style. I'd 100% prefer a chibi game that looks good rather than another game that looks mediocre. It's weird to see so many people are so upset. Although I myself, I've read this completely wrong. Although I myself am not a massive fan of the chibi style, I would 100% prefer a chibi game that looks good rather than another game that looks mediocre. It's weird to see so many people upset. Okay, so they are saying that even though they're not huge fans of the chibi style, they'll take the game in terms of what it is, right? So it looks all right to them, and just gonna open up this door so Puka can come in. It looks okay to them. And they rather that than what happened with Sword and Shield, I guess. That's the actual thought process. And I think that's fair. That's completely fair. What else we got? I'd be happy if they bring back the Battle Frontier. Yep. You and everybody else. Give me something to do post-game. You have to. I think that Dynamax Adventures came very, very, very close to being a great post-game. Had they been rotating sets, had they been doing things like that, I think it would have been a lot better for sure. I'm going to be pretty disappointed if it's limited to just the original Platinum DP decks. I mean, if it's a faithful 1-to-1, honestly, I have no idea. They didn't say enough. I'm hoping that we get some more information. Obviously, we will, right? But probably not for a little bit, because the next game that comes out is Pokemon Snap 2, which would be the end of April, so next month. And then between them, I'm sure we'll get like some trailers or some little things. Maybe it'll be like, we'll probably get a trailer being like, Megas are back, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll see like Cynthia's Garchomp. It might even just be like, you remember how they revealed Surfetched? It was a really small 30-second thing. It might just even be a clip of Cynthia legitimately Cynthia coming in on her Garchomp or battling, and then it just Mega evolves. I'd be hyped for that. I'd be hyped. I think out of Megas, Z moves, and Dynamax, I'd 100% pick Megas because Megas at their point, or at this point, are just their own Pokemon. I think it's a nice buffer game in between generations. I'll probably enjoy replaying it with different teams. What are you talking about, bro? Everybody's going to have Luxray, Staraptor, their starter, Dialga or Palkia on their team. And Floatzel maybe if you didn't pick Empoleon. I think TBR style is the correct direction for Pokemon to go in for mainline games instead of the hyper-realistic or HD stuff. It just makes the most sense to me. Yeah, and like I said, for me, I think 2D would be fine too. I don't think Pokemon ever really needed to move. I don't need my Pokemon to look like COD. That'd be weird, but I mean, it doesn't look like COD anyway. I hope it's not that faithfully recreated. They might want to add a second fire type to their Nijo decks. These remakes are what we long for. Perhaps we will not be the way we'd like them to be. Extreme fidelity to the originals may mean newer stuff will be left out. In my eyes, this is a negative because a remake should give us what we loved back then plus all we got now. If these games are just the original 3D and a bit better looking, they'll most likely not live up to even the most basic expectations, which is sad, seeing as how Gen 4 is so beloved by many, me included. Plus, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is most likely going to be overshadowed by Legends Arceus. I mean, for sure it's going to be overshadowed because especially because that's coming out early. I'm assuming, when I say early, I'm assuming they're going to be coming out around like the March through June time of next year. By the way, for Legends Arceus, I agree. I hope it's not exactly one to one. What I want is the game and obviously the new quality of life aspect. Bring the ball here. Bring the ball here. I get the treat. Come on, bring it here. Just bring it here. The quality of life aspects. I'm sorry. At this point, my dog is integrated into my channel. But all the little quality of life aspects, like the way to get the better IVs, and shoot, if they're gonna bring back Hidden Power, because Salation Town right there has the damn ruins as well. Give me a way of, if they're gonna keep up in the quality, give me a way to get Hidden Power just by asking somebody. You know how you can talk to that person and they'll tell you what your Hidden Power is, like, oh yeah, this Pokemon's Hidden Power is Ice. What if that person gave you the ability to change your Hidden Power to Ice or Fire or anything, and they just completely get rid of the IVs versus Hidden Power type thing? I understand some people are like, well, this is your individual stuff. It makes sense because it's your Hidden Power. Yeah, but I think part of the reason they took it out is because it is it's tough for competitive Pokemon. If you want a new player to come in, they got to use Hidden Power and stuff like that. Like, damn, man, like it's a pain. It is an absolute pain, especially if you got to get a Trick Room Mon with Hidden Power. That Mon got to be 0 IVs. That Mon got to be, it has to have the right, like Hidden Power, it has to have the right stuff for that. And on top of that, it's just, it's legitimately a pain for a little Timmy or whatever to figure out how to do it. And little Timmy is going to be one of the mans playing the game. At this point, I think if Pokemon were just to make a new Pokemon main series game with Generation 3 graphics from Sapphire, would be better than anything they released in the past 6 years. Some high quality sprite artwork would be sick. I don't disagree. I don't know if it'd be better than anything released in the past 6 years, but I do not disagree that, again, going back, I've been very, very vocal about how I feel about like sprites and stuff like that. An updated sprite would be sick. I feel like it fits Pokemon so well. Am I the only one who has this opinion? Please let me know down below if sprite work and like sprites and stuff are just the thing you love best for Pokemon. I feel like we never had complaints about this. If they're only going to have a Gen 4 mods with no new competitive changing mechanics, keep it to the old one and don't have team preview. If it is only Gen 4 mods, sure, don't have team preview. If it's not just Gen 4 mods, please have team preview, because if let's say it's every mod but they don't have team preview, a mod like Zoroark is going to be completely disgusting, right? Or like back in Diamond and Pearl, mods that could sweep, at least early Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, mods that can sweep late game. You'd hear a lot about the late game Lucario, the late game Dragonite. Now, DPP has advanced as a metagame, and now a lot of players have adapted to that. But imagine you hear about the late game Mega Houndoom, or the late game Mega Mawa with Swords Dance, then you're, well, not that Hippowdon's at best a check, but like things like that, like damn, you can't have it if, or like I have a Zoroark out, and the Zoroark is disguised as Starmie, and I have Tyranitar, or like they have a Zoroark out and it's disguised as Starmie, and I have Tyranitar, and I'm gonna go for Pursuit, which is somehow in the game again. I go for Pursuit, they transform and hit me with a Focus Blast. Like, that is something I could be aware of if there's team preview, but there's no team preview. I'm gonna be upset if that happens to me, because it will happen multiple times, and I know for a fact I'm gonna make a whole, I'll make a whole series out of messing with people with Zoroark. Doesn't matter what they did, everyone's going to complain regardless. Not necessarily that they made a good game. I don't think people will complain. I think it's tough to judge if a game is good before it comes out. So, like, I'm going to keep this one. I'm not going to think too much about this one. And I guess this account's called Throwaway. Here, Puka, come on. But, because good is also subjective. In some aspects, it's subjective. Obviously, there's, you could say something can be objectively good. Like, if the graphics were up to date or whatever. But I do think people will complain, regardless. Sounds like a bunch of spoiled entitlement to this way and the way over art. Why can't we as fans just love that we will be getting 2 new games and the Pokemon continues? The franchise is still alive and celebrating 25 years. I, for one, can't wait to dive into the game. People are entitled to wanting more. They should just be happy and consume products from the biggest selling franchise and be happy. I mean, yeah, it's okay to criticize something you love. That's literally it. It is okay to criticize what you love, especially if you love and you're so passionate about it. I think there is like I mentioned before, there's a proper way to discuss this, right? Don't be screaming with your pitchforks and stuff, like, because your Pokemon, your Warlord isn't, 50 feet long or whatever. I hope it's not a 1-on-1 remake, as I want mods from all generations, new abilities and such. I'm curious what they mean by up to 4-player multiplayer. Is it co-op or is it 2v2 battle? 4-player multiplayer most likely refers to you could do 2v2 battles like you could back then, or at least Battle Tower. Or no. It would be like the mini games they had, like the Swallow and stuff. People are right to criticize flaws in the trailer as they could affect the final product. Yep. People are wrong to assume the trailer is the entire game in microcosm. Okay. No, the 2 frame chingling or so water from the lake Verity, excuse me, does not mean the game is going to be bad. Chill. I agree. Yep. I think you answered Timothy's thing up here really well as well. These games are fine. People are overreacting. I second, third, and fourth this. I mean, yeah. I guess we don't know until it actually comes. But like I said, going right back, it's okay to criticize. I think the games look fine, and it'd be cool for 1-to-1 faithful remake of Diamond and Pearl with Platinum elements in it. Just have the Battle Tower we call Battle Frontier and Platinum decks. Don't want to only have access to 2 fire types. Do you guys use fire types on your team? Like, realistically? Like, so, most of the time when I play through Pokemon games, my starters are either always fire. Gen 1, I pick Charmander, right? Gen 2, Cyndaquil. Gen 3, Torchic. Gen 4, I actually picked Torterra, so I'm actually really, really torn right now if I'm going to pick Torterra and Infernape, because I want to play an Infernape playthrough, but I really like Torterra. Gen 5, I picked Superior. I'm telling you, like, I didn't, no, they were not fully evolved when I picked them, alright? And Gen 6, I picked, it was Delphox, funnily enough, right? I picked Delphox, right? Like, what the hell? It was either Delphox or Chestnut. It was one of those, but I think I picked Delphox. And in Gen 7, I picked Litten. And then in Generation 8, I picked Cinderace. So I am always prone to picking fire types for the most part anyway. So these people saying that don't want to actually do fire types, I guess the people that love fire types to the point that they play through in mono fire, I guess it hurts them. But I want to know realistically, like, does this actually like hurt you in your playing experience? Because me, I have the fire type I need anyway. So, but I want to know. Well, let me know. Not a fan of switching to. Not a fan of the chibi designs. They look way too awkward. The movement of the characters are just eh. In-game battle look fire though. I just wish they went more towards Let's Go or Aura style remake. The chibi designs really put me off. Oh, this is the ILCK. This is the name of the company, by the way, for those that don't know. I just wasn't sure if I pronounced it Ilka. But yeah, again, I agree with the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee style. I think that would have been completely fine. And I think again, the battles look completely good. The battles look fine when they were battling. But I understand that you don't like the chibi designs. Pokédex is underrated. I wonder if they'll be bringing it back despite not having a second screen for the Switch. I'm hoping it'll be like a key item type button. Maybe it won't cover up the entire bottom screen to preserve the same feel of the dual screen watch. So Pokédex is one of my favorite things. I actually used to use the calculator for homework and stuff because I'd be playing my game while doing homework. Maybe that's why I failed. No, I'm just kidding. I actually did pretty well. But yeah, I used to use like that. I love the counting. I love the looking at my Pokemon and seeing their HP before even having to click on things. Obviously, this is impossible because the Switch isn't dual screen. I agree. I kind of hope it's like the Pokédex is almost like a key item that you can. You know how like some games have the map in the top left corner, like open world games, and other games have like the map in the top left corner? I kind of hope that you can click the key item and you can make it show up there in that top left corner and make it go away. And obviously if you click on it, it gets even bigger, so you can actually use it and make it full screen. I think something like that would be really cool for it. And I love the watch. I think it was such a cool addition. But appreciation of them will entirely depend on A, how the underground is implemented, B, if I can shine my badges. This is the best comment I've seen so far. I better be able to enjoy the underground. I used to do races with my friends, capture the flags, see their underground bases and whatnot. And if I could shine my badges, you best believe every day when I came home, I opened up my game and I shine my badges, and they better like, sorry, sorry, I woke her up. She was like lying down on me, but they better make sounds when I'm touching them too. I'm talking about the badges. BDSP being faithful remakes is kind of a shame because it implies that their games won't get much polish addition from newer generations, which I think isn't too great to a thing because it would have been cool to play through those games with newer features similar to ORAS. Being faithful makes me sad because it makes me think that they won't add any additional fire Pokemon, which is the main issue. I still feel like faithful was a way of covering up that TPC won't let them make any gameplay changes outside of their scope. Huh. It could be more. Yeah, faithful can mean like a little bit more to it. Again, I do agree. Please go more platinum than anything, but add little things like quality of life changes. Let me be able to don't just at that point, if it's gonna be completely the same, why just port the games over to Switch? You know what I mean? Just give me Pokemon the full collection and give me every game on my Switch for, I guess, $60. Every single game. I want every single game, and I'm only paying $60 for it. I got them all. It's a wonder when we made the OG games. I didn't see them remove Team Preview and only bring back the first 493 Pokemon. This would be amazing. It'd be so chaotic. I'd love it. Again, if they have Megas in it, if it's 1-to-1, then maybe it wouldn't be that way. But if they had Megas in it, maybe. It'd be crazy. It'd still be crazy. With updated mechanics, I think this would be insane. I think people are taking the fate of the original statement too literally. This is probably going to have several elements of Platinum in addition to Diamond and Pearl, much like we've seen with other remakes, but I also think we might see other additional revealed, hoping Megas. And a lot, you and everybody else. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a 30-second trailer or a 1-minute trailer saying Megas are back, and I know the whole world is going to be shook by it and be excited about it. Would have to disagree with the ORAS left out a ton of Emerald content. Good chance the Platinum stuff is DLC, though, considering Pokemon has moved into that era of gaming. I'd be okay with DLC too, though I would like it to be, in this case, free. Right? Like, what? Bro, it's Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Just give me that for free. Like, give me downloadable content for free. People will buy regardless of how much they don't like the style. Oh, amen. Love the art style, don't like the chibi so much because Cyrus wilding over to me was never be taken seriously. Nostalgia, plus, if not being Sword and Shield makes it better. Besides that, I am buying for the same reason people hate it, for nostalgia. Chimchar, rise up. But yeah, going back to this comment, because it's still in my mind, don't leave out stuff that made the game what it is. You know? They should have been Perfect Platinum. It should have been called Pokemon Perfect Platinum. Just everything. We're pretty overwhelmed, but I don't like the character models both in the overall and in the battle. As for content, we didn't see enough to say anything, but looks like it has things from Platinum, which is good. So it did look like it had like that lady with the, what is it, Glacidia flower or Glacidia flower, whatever it's called. So that's for Skyman, which is Pokemon Platinum, because only regular Shaman was in the other game. So things like that I think would be really cool. Hopefully, that's what we see. I love the art style, it's adorable. I agree. I also love how they went back to the X and Y kind of style rather than Sword and Shield. Honestly, just seeing Sinnoh in 3D is amazing to me, and hopefully this means Megas are back. Just fix up the lighting. Everyone was mad about the game quality. Y'all would have been so mad if you were in your 20s when Fire Red and Leaf Green came out. I don't think it's necessarily age that has to do with it, and also, again, Fire and Leaf Green look fine, like I said, yeah, because of the style it is. If it came out in that style, nobody would be complaining. If Pokemon never shifted, it'd be complaining. Even if it looked like how it did in Black and White. When Black and White first came out, I wasn't a big fan of how it looked. I didn't like it. Change was hard for me at first, but now I love how Black and White looks, and I love the feel it has, and I think it has its own unique feel. You know what I mean? And it just looks good. I think it just looks good, and Fire Red looks good too. So I think it'll be easier to take out. Maybe, hopefully, I don't think Cynthia was ever crazy hard. But to be honest, this person has exactly what I'm about to say. Togekiss being able to be part fairy, if that's the case, is going to make a huge difference than what it was before, right? I was close commenting Togekiss before or dealing with it, like Tuakioing it with freaking Staraptor after Rock. Then again, Staraptor is still Tuakio with Brave Bird. Oh, I really hope they have that thing where... Was it in this way? I don't remember how it was. No, yeah, I really hope I can use Staraptor with Reckless in this, because that's a hidden ability that which came out in Gen 5. So I really hope that I do want them to have aspects of Platinum, but also just the standard stuff too. The new abilities and stuff would be great. I can't wait to use Ambipom again though. Terrible acronym, and I hope we can come up with something better. Bro, I'm just gonna call it Diamond 2 as well. Yeah, DP2. Yep. Yep. No, DP is another. But if we consider tying them the remakes, I'm just calling it Pokemon. I mean, for YouTube, you gotta say Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I think the art style should have been switched with the other game. Legends isn't a mainline game, I think, and I like the Troop spin-off games. I think it is a mainline game. It's created by Game Freak themselves. That bash is lighting, that's terrible. Agreed. This is so true. You look at the lamp on the right, especially there's a shadow directly on the areas where it should be bright. Yep. Yep. Fix up your stuff. Unless this is a really terrible lamp that only goes right here. Why is there a shadow right here? Look at this person. I agree though. I think Chibi Overworld has more character than anything released since Black and White 2. Damn. I really do like Chibis. I do, and I don't mind it. If it's more, I've already said enough about that. I don't see the point of remaking DPP if the new games are one of the old. Remakes aren't supposed to modernize the game, not be exactly like the original. And that's why I think it should be remastered, if anything. If it is completely one-to-one, they should have just said remastered instead of remade. It's a remake of the game. It's what you took from the game. You take the good elements and you remake it to something else now, right? It should have just been remastered. That's why I think something like Mega Evolution would be in the game, because nostalgia alone can't sell these games. Okay. People are talking enough about how deep and rich the colors are. People have started looking progressively washed out. Pokemon have started looking progressively washed out over the last few games, and seeing the colors pop like this again is absolutely striking. Almost makes me feel a little nostalgic. Again, back to the whole thing. The colors are way too oversaturated and bright for a scenery region like Sinnoh. Hope the characters are getting rendered more as well. To me, this just looks hideous at this point. They should just support the old game onto the Switch. Damn, man. If they're going to use the chibi art style, just commit to having the characters look like regular proportioned peeps in the battle scene. Breaks the immersion. I'm not the biggest fan of running around Funko Pops, but if you're going to do it that way, do it all the way. Full character mods in battle and small sprites in overworld has been a thing up until X and Y. Correct. That's something we already had for a long time. Almost everything, just not the overworld player models. The rest of the game looks great. I'm truly no Gen 4 stan, but I cannot understand how someone can look at these games and think I'm happy with that. Did not go in with a negative mindset. I'll try looking at them from another perspective, but no matter what, they look horrendous. I mean, again, that's personal. I'm not a big fan of chibi style, but this goes beyond that. I did not like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee graphics at first, but they ended up growing on me. These games, I'm afraid, won't. The graphics of this game honestly look worse than Gen 6 and Gen 7 besides battles. How is that okay? I mean, if you just said Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee grew on you, and then you just determined that these games won't before they even came out and you tried to play it, because I'm assuming the graphics on Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee grew on you because you played the game, and maybe you found out that they were the best graphics we've had on the Switch thus far in terms of battling, the way the Pokemon look and the dimensions and everything. Maybe people would have rioted if it was tied to Gen 8 with similar graphics and Dynamax, so it's glad it's more of a remaster and not typical. I agree. Character models suck. Everything else, this was seen in the teaser, is fine. And if these games don't have a gimmick, a connection with Sword and Shield, that would mean that there would be another update to Sword and Shield, adding some missing Pokemon, changing for the meta to be good. I don't know if they'll connect. That's the thing. Because if it's a one-to-one faithful, it doesn't make sense that it. Again, you can Mega Evolve and stuff like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was faithful to Kanto, but it obviously had Megas and had Melmetal and stuff like that too. And then we had their Candy version or whatever. I'm glad Candies are no longer a part of it. It was just ridiculous, bro. I have a Pokemon with 900 attack, right? Just from the get, but 900 in estimation is obviously exaggerating. But yeah, so if it's like that, but they added Megas, I don't see why they wouldn't do it in this one either. I don't. I really don't. I'm in limbo. I'm disappointed because I'm not a fan of the new art style. I really wanted to see Sinnoh design in Gen 8 art style. When they revealed it's a one-on-one remake and rule out the possibility of some changes such as bigger decks and new Megas, but we don't know. Style is fantastic. See if Fantina is 3rd or 5th gem. I want to call Chibi Don Hobgoblin Don. Cynthia won't be hard at all because we are no longer 10-year-olds. I also, like I said, I don't think Cynthia was hard before either. She was strong, for sure. I mean, her levels were there, but I beat her in one go. That was it. And I think a lot of that has to do with, I mean, if you take her on now and you don't use potions and you don't overlevel your Pokemon, sure. The more I see the art style, the more fan I think it looks. Pokemon fans are just never happy. I'm super happy that Ampom is finally on my Switch. Amen. It's time to bring back Ampom to the top. So, a lot of these ones, I'm looking at them, are basically a lot of them same thing. A lot of people complain about the same thing, or not even complain, but posted their thoughts on the same thing. They didn't like how the graphics looked. Some people did like how the graphics looked. They didn't want fire types. They want the game to have megas. They want the game to be more Pokemon Platinum based as well, Data Frontier as well. And I think a lot of these are fine things to say. And objectively, like I said, what I want overall, I'm going to sum it up. What I want overall, fix up the lighting of everything for sure. Give me Platinum, but give me events. Like, let me actually do something. The flute. Why did I never have an event for that for Arceus? You had it all programmed. Give me events for that. Don't just give me the Pokemon to download over a mystery event. Give me like a ticket and make me do some little thing to make something happen. Battle Frontier for sure. Bring back. Make Wi-Fi battling what it used to be. If you want to add a battle like stadium, singles, doubles, whatever. If it's like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee where I can actually play 6v6 online and I don't have to actually ask people for Wi-Fi battles and do it, oh my god, it'd blow me away. But make it that the timer is something that we can play with in the game. I should be able to battle my boy Shofu, who I've had so many Gen 4 fun games versus and so many Gen 5 fun games versus, and without having to worry about timers and stuff that happened recently. And like metagames we loved as well. We loved Gen 4, we loved Gen 5. Gen 6 he fell off on. Gen 7 he wasn't a huge fan of either. And Gen 8 he definitely hates. So Gen 6 he liked. Battling he loved battling in Gen 6. But then Oras came out and kind of like threw it off, I remember. But this is something like they bring back things. I think these are fine things to ask for and to hope for. And I'm really hopeful that, you know, it won't be trash. Either way, as long as I'm able to battle, I'll be happy. But yeah, thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts on things that I've said. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.